Hey there everybody, Flash Tribesman with a game that popped up on my Twitter stream during the week that piqued my interest. It's called King Under the Mountain, and it is by a company called Rocket Jump Gaming, who happen to be based in Manchester, which is where I live. So by default it would be rude not to cover them, because I basically live in the same city. So I'll put a link to the website in the game description down below at the bottom somewhere. But as you can see, it's a simulation-based settlement building game in a fantasy world where you could be dwarf, human, orc, wizard, lots of different things you could do, and it's basically you build your settlement, then you go out and adventure in the world. So again. Let's go into the roadmap. It's important to note that at the moment this is in alpha release, so this is not even available on Steam yet. It's £20 sterling directly from the website, and it is in alpha, so it's very, very early. And the roadmap is very detailed as to how far they've got to go before they get to Steam early access. Because early access is the new most popular thing on Steam. So many games go in early access, so quite rightly, from what I've read here and what you'll read yourself, is the best chance they've got for success is making sure it's absolutely well polished before it even gets onto Steam. Because so many players play early access and treat it as a finished game. For example, Bannerlords, I've racked up 130 hours on that. That's only on early access, and I've racked up 130 hours on it already. And I've exhausted playing it before it's even got into its full release. So as a consequence, obviously, you want the game to be as good as it can be, despite being early access. So anyway, there's a long way to go in the game, and there's a very detailed alpha release, as you can see here. Obviously, I'll put the link to this in the description below. But enough of me waffling and looking at the website. Let's jump back onto the game, and we'll take it from there. It's got very, very like Dwarf Fortress, if that's the one. Minecraft type vibes to it. Very 2D top down. I do like the look of it. In the tutorial, in the base game on the alpha release, it is just dwarves, 6 dwarves. Key is to gather resources and build up your settlement. I've not done an awful lot because, like I said, it's alpha, so there's not an awful lot to do. However, let's give you a brief look at it. So let's have a go at what we've got to do. Right, we've got it. So let's have a look at what we've got. Let's have a look from way around the screen. So resources at the moment, this is what we've got. Resources, we've got wood, we've got seeds for farming. All right. Then we've got some products to populate buildings. We've got some tools. We don't have an awful lot. So what we need to do, if I come out together, hit the back button or the escape button. We don't want to do that. Right. Let's build a farm to start with. So obviously, what I liked about it, really simple. At the moment, it's dead simple in terms of user interface. I do like playing really, really early releases. I did it with, if you look at my channel, I've done it with Foundation. If I remember when I come to edit this, I'll stick a link to that in the top there somewhere. I'm put it at the top of the screen because you can see me do that up here somewhere. Which I played that. I got that in early release when it first came out, when it was very, very basic, and I've been playing it a lot. And I love to see how games develop from the very, very early inceptions where it's very basic. A lot of the activity is not switched on. I love following that through to see how a game builds and develops, and I'm looking to do that with this because I've liked what I've seen so far. Right, let's get into what am I doing? Farm plot. They did say in the tutorial how big a farm plot should be, but I can't remember. So we'll go. I think it's something like you needed 70. You needed a 10 by 7 plot to turn into a farm for your farmers. I've not said that well, so that'll do with that. So let's go with some more. Let's add another farm here. We're saying we'll take 10 by 7. That'll be enough for the time being, I think. Right, if I just start that. Okay, if I now go in, they'll start digging that to farms. I think they've got to clear it. While they're doing that, if we look at the settlers, so we've got in here skills. So we've got 2 blacksmiths, a carpenter, a chef, a farmer, a woodcutter, a miner, and a mason. So I think we want another farmer. So I'm thinking, so what we're going to do, we're going to, so try give Underby, what a great name, what a fantastic name. He's a farmer. So he's a farmer. What's he? A woodcutter, a carpenter, a miner, a stonemason, a blacksmith, or a chef. We've got 2 chefs, supposedly. So if I have me 2 chefs, you are, I'm going to make you, hang on, I'm going to give you a flot. I'm going to make you an additional farmer, because that means we'll have 2 farmers doing chopping and doing what farmers do, really. What I'm then going to do, build a zone. Is it a zone I've got to do? It's a stockpile. So it's a granary. So what a granary? So I'm going to build a granary down here. Let's do about that, something like that. There we are. Get a builder on that, and then I'm going to go into, that'll be that. Okay, so if I then crafting, that's what we need to do, crafting. Right, and then right, we want another zone. So that's a granary stockpile. Let's one for tools. We'll put tools. Let's put tools here. And that's not big enough, so I'll put a bit there like that. Another like that. Nope, keep it square like that. They'll put tools in there. If I then go into, if I click on the map and here, if I go into here now, farm plot. It said in the tutorial not to bother with hops or barley because it will explain that later in part of brewing. Didn't get to that point, but I'm assuming that within the tutorial you'll get to a part where it will explain to you how you plant, grow hops and barley to turn them into, I'm assuming, to beer. So we'll go with carrots, and that one will go into I don't know, potatoes and all those. So they'll start digging that out and what have you. We've got tools in there. We want a stockpile. So if I just click on zones, I want a stockpile for resources. Make that, just stick that just below there. I'm not really putting any thought into this at all. It's just kind of, because that's a stockpile that is quite small. I'm not really kind of putting any thought to this. It's more just kind of, like I say, if you left click, it'll get that. If you then right click once that, it gets you. Right, okay. Alright, build. What can we build? Walls, doors, furniture. Okay, so if I zone, we want a kitchen because obviously they need food. They need to eat. So you put put everything down here. Then, if you were to build a bigger settlement, you could put walls around it. So now we're going to there. We're going to get furniture. They're going to need a cauldron, a kitchen worktop to make stuff, and I can't also said I needed a water barrel. Right, that's a kitchen, so hopefully they can start doing that. Okay, so come out of that. That's that. Come out of that. Okay. Okay, so if you see now, they're now preparing that spring. So once that is fully prepared, they will plant crops in it and they'll start growing. And I've noticed they automatically then pour that crops in. Oh, they're going up there. I wonder where they're going. Interesting what they're going up there. Right, so what else can we build? And then walls, furniture, lanterns, orders. So if we were to, tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to get another farmer in, another settler. Let's go to settlers. Who have we got that's not really doing anything at the moment? We've got duplicates of anybody. So we've got 2 woodcutters, 1 miner, 3 stonemasons. You can also become a farmer. Get the farm prepared quicker. Now I'd love to know where are you going? Let's pause to find out where he's going. Optimistic about new settlement. He is got drinking water. I'd love to know where he's going. Let's speed up a bit. Follow where he's going. Is he going up over it, or he's going all the way up here to get water? Oh, interesting. I'm assuming that they've marched all the way up there to get water, of which then have to come all the way back down here. So then, where's the settlement gone? Here, to put it in the settlement. Ah, interesting. So, let's speed it up because it's night time, and yeah, let's get them a bedroom. Let's put a bedroom down just to show you what it looks like. So if you put a nice big bedroom down, furniture for the bed, we want a bed, so we're going to put a bed there, 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 and there, there, and there. So we've got 6 dwarves, have we? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7 dwarves. Population says up there, population 7. Back into here. Furniture. We'll put another furniture down. Right, another furniture there. Let's put some lanterns somewhere. If I put a lantern here, put a lantern there. I've not explored this an awful lot. It's just kind of, just to give you an idea what it looks like and what it feels like. Okay, so that's next. We've done that. So let's see how they go with that. So they've started on that. So that should be good. Tell you what I'm also now. Tell you what I'm going to do now. I am going to go with a masonry. If I go, nope. Feasting hall. The game said what you should do is build a feasting, so we'll build a feasting hall because why not? What the feasting hall next to kitchens, because it did say that dwarves didn't like to have to go. The chef didn't like dwarves coming into the kitchen to get the food or something. So we'll put it needed a cauldron to put the I think it said vegetable soup. We'll put a feasting table in. I'm going to need some chairs, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a serving table. We'll put the serving table, so it's not quite long. So what we'll do, we'll make this a bit bigger by going. You have to go back into the zones, and if you go back into feasting hall, you then go make it a bit bigger. We'll make it a bit bigger again. I don't like that, so let's remove that. Okay, let's try that again because I did a good job at that. So I want to go out like that. You see, right? Let's furniture again. So let's go with the serving table because why the devil not? Serving table there. Alright, so it also sends a tutorial that once in the proper game you would put walls and a roof around the bedroom. As you can see, that's now growing. Look, the lanterns there, so let's get more of them. I like them. Right, let's just do mining just to show what it's got at the moment. So let's go within mine. So let's just get rid of all of that. Get rid of them. And let's go to chop some trees down as well. Go to them. Alright, that looks like it's this where is fog of war, I suppose you describe it as. I'm assuming as you get more dwarves, you would expand out to explore what they are. At the moment, I'm just building a situation. If you look there, what they're doing now is they are chopping resources into here to then populate the stockroom with resources. So what we should then do now is go back, go into buildings, and if we then not buildings, is it zones? No. So we want to go masonry workshop. We should put the masonry workshop here. I've no idea if it's big enough, so what we'll do, the masonry workshop, then we'll go stonemason's bench just there. So then what we should then do is go next, go zones. We should make that a bit smaller because that is a little bit on the big side. Yeah, and then we'll go like that. Again, I'm assuming in the game proper, it will be we'll put a lantern next to it. Put a couple more down because why the devil not? And if we go next, if I now go into zones, if I now go into a carpentry workshop, we'll put a carpentry workshop there. I think that, remember it says, let's not do that. That was a silly thing to do. If I then go, if I go add tiles, if I put it just here, actually, just down here. Alright, now add furniture. So we want a carpenter's bench. carpenter's bench. So again, I'm going to go back into my zones, and I'm going to go back into carpentry workshop and make that a bit smaller. So instantly you've got, as you see now, they will carry on now. They will carry on now doing these. So now we've got crops going. You can then see how far the crops are progressing, carrots, and so I'm assuming that is there, potatoes. They will pick them up. I'm assuming that they only pick what they need. So obviously, I'm assuming that as settlement gets bigger, they will plant more and it'll grow more. I'm assuming. Dirt. Also, I'm assuming. I wonder whether where there's dirt, that will signify better land for growing. Right. So as you can see, as they're going over into that storeroom, and they are doing various things to create wood. So if you look down here now, we've now got barrel staves, and we've got logs. So I'm assuming what will happen is they've all gone to bed. So you've looked now, they're all in bed. Well, 6 of them are. I thought we'd see this one. Yeah, and they'll get up and start working again. And then you just keep expanding like that, really. I've explained, not like I said, I've not done an awful lot of this, but then you can see the potential for it. That it's just basically it's like a city builder, but set in kind of your dwarf, human, goblin, orc type world, really. So now, just like I said, just a brief kind of look, because it's only an alpha build, and it would be unfair of developers to put too much more on there because it's only in its early stages. Just to give you a first look, really. I like the look of it, and I've been exploring it myself, and I do like what I'm seeing. I do like what I'm seeing. I like the simplicity. I love the simplicity of it. I love the simplicity of how it plays. I love just how simple it is and how easy it is. I'm not making it look easy because I'm making the right dog's dinner of the game controls. I am making the hard work of the game controls, but pantry for the food. Also, you notice that it's all different colour coordinators. I've just noticed that it's different colours for the different areas, so you can distinguish what's what. Like I said, it's only its early stages. I've not looked at it I've not played an awful lot of it, but I'm enjoying it. I've enjoyed my time with it. Orders. Excuse me. I can't remember how to get to. That's bedroom 1. So you can see you can reprioritise. If you look, you can reprioritise. You can There we go. Again, because I've done all this already, as you first start playing it, it will come up with tips to tell you what you're doing. So I don't need to do that. So I'll go back 1. Orders. What else can we do? Orders. Clear. We don't want to do any clear at the moment. Zones. We don't need to put any more zones down. Sawmill. Put a sawmill down because you can do. If I put a sawmill down there, I wonder what we'll have to put in it. It's again to furniture. A workbench. You've got lanterns. We'll put another lantern. A few more lanterns down. Why the devil not? Just reminds of. Yeah. You go then. That's it really. Anyway, that's just like I said. It's just a brief little. Let's have a bit of a close up, as close as you can get. So if we look now, that's gone. So if I was now to go into zones and I was to go into not measuring workshops, if I was going to go into let's do this properly. So I go into that. I'm going to go into orders, and I go into mine, and I go like this all the way along there like that. They will now go on. They will now go and mine that. Yeah, and pick my shit really. It's a lovely little game I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's got the potential for you to build your settlement up. If once the game gets proper into its access, hopefully you'll have a lot more opportunity to see how you then go about organising your settlement so you can keep your storerooms together, fortify your storerooms, put walls and roofs on your bedrooms, and then build a massive wall around them, because obviously wall. So again, when I tried this, I could build a wall, but I couldn't get a door to fit in the wall. But again, it's alpha in it, so all that I might be completely wrong. Again, they've all gone to bed. It's you can see the advantages of. You look at the size of the map we've got; it's huge. You've got all this. I'm assuming this is mountain and such like. So it'd be interesting to understand how you would build your fortress under the mountain, because at the moment it looks like I'm just chopping it up. So you can see the size of the map. We're just in this tiny little corner here. You can see once you get bigger, how much bigger you'll get and how much you can spread out. Again, over there, and you've got all the different places. Then you've got. Also, I just noticed, God, where did I notice that? You've got different materials you can get. You've got, that is native ore, and that is fool's gold ore. So obviously you've got all these different resources that you can mine. That I'm assuming you will then be able to turn into workshops. So zones is how you schedule your workshop. Brew, for the brew we need hops. I'm assuming that's where you need hops in your barley. Earthwork, i.e. I'm assuming that's to fortify settlements. So anyway, you can see all the different things you can do. And if you can see here now, we're already starting to move in. We're also getting more planks. We're getting more stones. The stones will be converted into blocks. So that is a limestone boulder. So if I was to then, I did try this the other day. So if I was to go into build, not the zone, I'm going to go into zones. If I then go into what was it? I tried to do the other day and I couldn't get it to work. What was it? Build, and I want to build, not build. What was I trying to do? Orders, zones. It's zones, always through zones. If I was to go into and then a metalwork, so if I was to put a metalwork here, right, what do I need to put in my metalwork? So I'm going to go to furniture. We need ore crushing. We need one of them. We need a forge. And we need a cake oven. And let's put a lantern now, because that seems to be the rules. Next, done. So let's see what happens when we build that. Obviously they'll clear that land. I noticed these as well. Now I'm wondering, this says it's a bush, but there's stuff growing on them. And if you notice up here, I'm wondering whether these are wild berries that at some point in the game you could harvest for additional food to support your crops. So you were more, so if you didn't want to go down the route of crops, you could then just harvest berries. But anyway, like I said, just an early look to give you a brief look. If you've not seen this, you've not come across it, I think it looks great. I love the simplicity of it. I love the look of it, and I'm certainly going to keep an eye on it. And as it develops, I will certainly put more of it on the channel. So I do love covering indie games. I think indie games are fantastic. I think there's so many good small games out there that don't get a lot of coverage because they're not the big titles. They're not the massive titles that get the publicity. And if you know any more titles like that, indie titles, drop me a message, either on Twitter, either on comments in the videos. And I'm always happy to look at new indie games because I think they're fantastic undiscovered gems out there. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. I didn't say I was going to do half an hour. I've only done half an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, comment. Always happy to hear about it. And anyway, I shall go over to the other screen. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll subscribe, comment. Your usual stuff helps out a lot, loads. Anyway, I shall see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye.